All right, today we're going to tear apart a horror story that starts out like a classic ghost hunt. But believe me, it ends up as this really wild, mind-bending psychological journey. This isn't really about the jump scares. It's about denial, it's about reality, and it's about one single truth that just changes everything.
So we're actually going to start at the end with this one single chilling comment. Just try to imagine this for a second. You are a ghost hunter. You're live streaming from some creepy haunted orphanage to millions of your followers. And then a message pops up on your screen, and it's been posted from your own verified account. And that is the central question of this whole story, isn't it? This one little question just flips the entire narrative upside down. It turns what you thought was a simple paranormal investigation into this deep, profound mystery about, well, self-awareness.
Okay, so let's rewind. To really get the full irony of what's going on, we need to meet our main guy, Swastik. Now, he's a super famous YouTuber, a big influencer in the paranormal world, but he's got a bit of a twist.
And this is where the real conflict of the story lives. You see Swastik, who goes by the Night Hunter. He built his entire career on being this super rational debunker of ghosts. But on this particular night, without even knowing it, he is the ghost he's hunting.
So yeah, the setup is total classic horror. A subscriber dares him to investigate this notoriously haunted orphanage. It's the perfect spot for his brand, right? Go to a place that scares people, live stream the whole thing, and prove it's all just, creaky floors and people's imaginations running wild.
Okay, so Swastik gets inside this rundown building. He starts setting up his cameras, his motion sensors, and the quote-unquote paranormal activity kicks off almost right away. But for us, the audience watching this all unfold, we get these little clues that something else is going on here. This is no ordinary haunting.
You see, every one of these events is a piece of a puzzle, but it's a puzzle about his own mindset. As this hardcore rationalist, he finds a logical, outside explanation for everything. A mouse, the wind, a technical glitch with the camera. It never ever occurs to him that the energy source making all this stuff happen could actually be him.
And his viewers? They're totally on the same page, just echoing his own skepticism. I mean, they've seen a million YouTubers fake paranormal stuff for clicks, so at first, they just assume this is all part of the show. The real irony is that the haunting is 100% real, but the hunter is the one being haunted by his own reality.
So now we get to the climax. Right at 3:33 a.m., the so-called devil's hour. This is the exact moment where that wall between what Swastik thinks is happening and what's actually happening just completely falls apart, live on camera for the whole world to see.
This is where his own technology, the very thing he uses to capture objective truth, totally betrays him. The camera shows him a reality he can't even see with his own two eyes. And then his own social media profile, his digital self, delivers that final knockout punch.
And that last comment, it's like a key that unlocks a memory he had totally buried. He suddenly remembers his last moments alive, and they weren't exploring the orphanage. They were on the road, driving towards it. He remembers the crash, the desolate road, all at 2:35 a.m. He never actually made it there.
As soon as that memory comes flooding back, his physical denial just shatters. He can't explain it away anymore, not when his own body is the evidence. For the very first time, he sees himself not as a human investigator, but as a ghost.
And in that one single horrifying moment, it all clicks into place. The entire night, every weird noise, every temperature drop, every single moving object, it was all him. He wasn't hunting a ghost. He was the haunting.
So what happens when a ghost hunter finally realizes he's a ghost? Well, the story shifts gears here. It goes from being a horror story to something way deeper. It becomes a journey about acceptance. Remember that terrifying figure he saw on the camera screen? She shows up again, but this time he sees her for what she really is. She isn't some evil spirit he was supposed to be hunting. She's the caretaker, another soul who stayed behind, and she's actually here to help him. She explains to him that his own powerful denial, his obsession with the paranormal, that's what trapped him. His spirit was so laser-focused on completing his mission, the 3:33 a.m. challenge, that it just kept going even after his body had died, creating this loop that he built himself. And with the caretaker's help, Swastik finally lets go. His millions of followers just watch, completely stunned, as the night hunter, the great debunker, accepts the one thing he always denied,
and he just peacefully fades away. His hunt is finally over.
But hold on. Just when you think the story has found this nice, peaceful ending, it leaves us with one last, chilling piece of evidence. Something impossible that connects the supernatural event firmly to the real world.
Because the official police report confirms everything. Swastik died in a car wreck, miles away from the orphanage. And yet, the next morning, they find his camera still recording inside the locked-up building.
And that's the question that just sticks with you, right? The story gives us a little hint. The very last frame recorded on that camera, right before the battery dies, shows the caretaker's spirit standing right behind it. It kind of suggests she didn't just guide his soul, maybe she guided his camera too, to make sure his final truth got told.
So in the end, the 3:33 a.m. challenge is way more than just a ghost story. It's really this fascinating thought experiment. It makes us ask, what happens when a person whose whole identity is built on disbelief is faced with the one truth they can't possibly debunk, their own death? What kind of reality do they create for themselves in those final moments?